Hello friends, welcome to the online class on price and output determination under monopoly in short run. Part A, basic and mechanism. In this channel, we are discussing about how the price and output determination will be done under monopoly during short run. Its basic and the mechanism of a determination of price and output will be discussed. In the last class, we understood the meaning and features of monopoly. What does monopoly is nothing but monopoly refers to a single seller but large number of buyers with no close substitutes having strict barriers on the entry of new firms into the market. Monopolist is having oversupply and on price. We learn that monopoly means there is only one seller in the market for the product and there are large number of customers. Monopolist product does not have any close substitute. There is a strict restriction on the entry of new firms into the market. Monopolist is having full control over the market supply and on price. Now we are discussing the price and output determination under monopoly. Under monopoly, if we are going to determine the price and output, we are going to study it under two time periods. One is short period and the other one is long period. Under two periods, we are going to study the price and output determination under monopoly. Let us discuss the price and output determination under monopoly in short period. Now the question arises, what do we mean by short period? Short period is a time period where we can able to see the two varieties of factors of production. Likely fixed factors of production and variable factors of production. Every business organization has to apply the factors of production. Factors of production may be in the form of land, labor, capital, and organization, or it may be in the way of 5 M's: men, money, material, machinery, and management, like this. So here plant and machinery, building, etc. becomes fixed factors of production. Labor, material, money, all this becomes variable factors of production. So variable factors of production can be changed to change the output during short period. So in the short period, we can only change the variable factors of production. We can change variable factors of production during short run because we are changing number of labors, we are changing the quantity of material to increase the production. But in the same short period, we cannot able to change the fixed factors of production. We cannot able to increase the capacity of building or increase the building, or we cannot increase the land. We cannot able to increase the plant and machinery or install the new plant and machinery in the short period. And anyhow, we are having two varieties of factors of production, variable and factors, under which we are changing only variable factors of production to change the total output. So here we can able to change the output only with the help of the existing plant and machinery and building here. Like this. We cannot able to extend, expand, increase the plant and machinery or building during short run. Now, let us see what is the aim of the monopolist. So, what is the aim of the monopolist? Because he is a good businessman. He want to get a high profit. That means his aim is to earn a maximum profit. Aim of monopolist is to earn a maximum profit. So, if suppose if he is forced to suffer the loss, what he will do? In the another way, or if the monopolist is to suffer from loss, the monopolist is going to minimize the sufferings from losses. See, we are looking at option with the monopolist. Certainly he want to get a maximum profit. Business is uncertain in the short run. If he is going to suffer from loss, then he is going to lessen the possibility of loss. That is what we are watching here. And it seems that he does not necessarily makes the profit only. So he can then what he is going to get? He is going to get either supernormal profit or normal profit or he is going to suffer from loss. Three chances are there. He may get supernormal profit, he may get normal profit, or he may suffer from losses in short run. And here, how it is possible? You look at this. If the monopolist fixes the price more than the short run average cost, so here, if the price is greater than short run average cost, he will get a supernormal profit. If he fix the price which is equal to short run average cost, then he will get normal profit. If he fixes the price which is less than the short run average cost, if the price is less than the short run average cost, he will get loss. And these supernormal profit, normal profit or loss depends upon the nature and extent of demand for his product. It means how the demand is. Suppose demand is elastic, demand is inelastic, the price is going to, how the impact of the price, that will cause like this. Then we shall move on to the mechanism of this, how he is going to get. You see, we are thinking about the intention of the monopolist. What he to get the maximum profit, what he is going to do in the market. So there are two options. He is going to sell more. Means he has to create the demand. So to increase the sales, what he will do? He will reduce the price. He will decrease the price to sell more. If he reduce the price of his product to sell more, what is the proceeds of the sales he is getting is less. Then what is the result? Result is less amount of sales proceeds. What is sell the total product, the sales proceeds of the total product sold in the market is put together, the amount received is very less. That is what we are seeing. If you want to, so if his intention is to maximize the profit now, to maximize profit or to increase profit or to get high profit, as a common businessman, the common sense used by him is increase the price, definitely. He increases the price. He increases his product's price. If he increase the product's price, can he sell more? No. The demand is reducing. What is the impact? What is the result? So the result, what is the result? The result means he cannot sell more. Decrease in sales. Means decrease in sales. This is what. You look at here. So the intention of monopolist here, if he is going to sell more, if his intention is to sell more, definitely he is going to reduce the price. If he reduce the price, total sales proceeds of total output comes less. If he want to increase his profit or want to get highest profit or maximum profit, he has to increase the price of his product. If he increases the product's price, definitely that product will not move in the market. Sales will be less. Less sales is the result we are seeing. Then you look at here, either he reduces the price or he increases the price to sell more or to maximize the profit respectively. He will be put under trouble. Whatever the intention, he will be put under trouble. Then he has to think of the market forces. So he has to think of what? Market forces. He has to understand this. Then only he can able to determine the price. So here the question appears now. How the monopolist is going to determine the price and output of his product. So then it purely depend upon the demand and the cost. The determination of price and output by the monopolist is purely depend upon the demand and cost. Now we shall understand the different revenue and cost or demand and cost here. We already understood the demand curve is the average revenue curve. It is sloping downwards. You look at it. Look at this. This is the DD curve, or also referred to as the average revenue curve, or also seems to be price. We already understood. And here we are looking at, which is this curve. This curve is a marginal revenue curve, which is lying below the AR curve. Already we discussed it under nature of demand curve in case of monopoly feature, as a feature. Now we are going to see the cost curves. So these two curves we already understood. Now we are going to look at other matters. So look at the cost curves. Cost curves will not change in the imperfect market. It remains same. It remains same everywhere where the output is produced during imperfect competition or in imperfect competition market. So what we are seeing here, we are seeing two important cost curves: average cost curve and marginal cost curve. So what is the average cost curve? Average cost curve is a U-shaped cost curve. So it's a slightly U-shaped cost curve. And how the marginal cost curve is there? Marginal cost curve is cutting the average revenue curve. Look at here. So what is a marginal cost curve is coming like this, and here it moves like this. It cuts the marginal revenue curve. This is what we called as marginal cost. And here what we are looking at, we are seeing other curve, which is short run average cost curve or average cost curve. It is coming like this. It is a short run average cost or average cost curve. Like this, we are going to see the marginal cost curve and short run average cost curve or average cost curve under monopoly. So these are the matter to be known here. AR curve sloping downward from left to right. It is also called as demand curve. It is also called as price per unit. MR curve means additional revenue obtained by selling additional output. This is which is lying below the AR curve, and this is a marginal cost curve, which cuts the MR curve at the bottom minimum point, and AC is the curve, average cost curve is a slightly U-shaped cost curve. It's coming like this. We understood different cost curve and different revenue curve. Friends, after discussing the basic theoretical aspects and mechanism of price and output determination under monopoly, in short run, we understood that monopolist uses two varieties of factors of production, or both variable and fixed factors of production. He can be able to alter the variable factors of production but not the fixed factors of production. His aim, what is his aim? Either to maximize the profit or to minimize the sufferings of the loss. Minimize the sufferings of loss or maximize the profit. He does not necessarily makes the profit only. He can get a supernormal profit, or he can get normal profit, or also he can suffer from loss. And we discussed what are the intention of monopolist. Either to sell more or to maximize the profit. Both will create one issue, and hence he need to understand the market forces, that too demand and cost. And we understood different cost and revenue curves like this. AR, MR both are revenue curves, marginal cost curve and average cost curves. Both cost curves and revenue curves we discussed. And when the equilibrium is occurring at the point E where MC or MR is equal to MC or MR is equal to MC. I think all of you understood this. Friends, for graphical representation about supernormal profit, normal profit or loss, please watch my next YouTube video. Thank you.